Hi Aries, welcome to your February 2018 tarot reading with me, Raphael Ray from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you so much for being here. So, I said I would do things differently this year and I am sticking true to my word. So I'm going to roll out a whole bunch of new ideas, new content, new talks, new speeches, etc, etc. So I'm really hoping that you enjoy them as much as I enjoy doing them. Thank you so much for your comments, your likes, your shares, your subscribes. All of it means the absolute world. So before we start, I would like to bless both of these decks with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I hope that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what the month of February 2018 has in store for you, Aries. So in the sector of your actions and your interactions in the world, you have the Two of Wands. Now this is a great card. In fact, this card is very, very similar to the Aries energy. It's all about moving forward. It's all about dynamically doing things different. So two, the number two represents partnership. But when I say partnership, especially with the Two of Wands, this is about the type of partnership that you have with yourself. What do I mean by that? Very often partnership implies that there's somebody else involved, and you know, that's the whole meaning of being in partnership with something or someone. The thing about the Two of Wands is this is about the partnership that you have with yourself. It's about what you choose for yourself. Why do I say that? Wands are all to do with fire, so this is really great because actions are ruled by fire, so therefore they're ruled by wands, and you have a wands card out straight away underneath the fire sign. And this is all to do with your actions. This is what you do in the world, how you interact with the world. So the Two of Wands is literally the relationship that you have with yourself. It is it's you seeking to better yourself through action, by actually doing things. This person has one foot in the background, one foot in the fore, and they've got the world in one hand, in the hand that's outstretched, looking outwards. So this kind of represents the choice that we make to move forward in life, or the choice that we make to step forward in life. So it's kind of like having one foot in the past, one foot in the future. And in February, you're very much going to be about, you're going to be about future orientation and really deciding to actually start making moves and strides towards the things that you actually want. On a spiritual level, this is kind of telling you that it is time now to really let the past go. Whether that is a partnership, whether it is somebody that you used to care for, whether it's an old business acquaintance, and whether it's a friendship. This is about stepping away from the things that no longer build you up, that no longer provide you with energy, but take your energy. And it's about moving forward and really laying your past to rest. Why? Because the Two of Wands represents affluence. It represents people with nothing to prove. It represents people that are, wealthy, people that are moving in circles that are different to the echelons that you're used to working in. What do I mean by that? What I mean is your chance to elevate and move forward is at hand. What you're going to have to give up is where you have come from. It's not about forgetting who you are or where you've come from. It's about allowing that to no longer be your bubble or your fuel to move forward. So it's a really, really great card. It looks like February is going to be a really dynamic month for you. And as well, going back to this thing about affluent people and people with nothing to prove, people that have nothing to prove tend not to be ruled by their past. And that's probably the most succinct way that I can put it. The month of February looks really, really good for you in terms of moving forward and how you interact with people. It also sees you rubbing shoulders with some kind of bigwig. So great. So next you have your money and your materials. Pound sign, because I am British and I am in Britain. For those of you that it's dollars or, any other currency that you use. Mentally insert it there. Okay, so your money and your materials in the month of February. The Strength card. This is great. The message that I'm actually hearing for this, it's basically about what you choose. And why do I say that? It's about what you really choose on a deep level. And even though the strength card doesn't actually talk about strength, it talks about the strength to commit to something. It talks about the ability to really go for something. And these two cards, I kind of feel like they're working in tandem. It's about how far you want to take it, and more importantly, how far you're willing to commit to it. The strength card is ruled by the sign of Leo, and it's very much to do with what you put your heart and soul into. It's about your creativity. And this kind of says to me that if you choose to be committed to utilising your creativity, Aries, in any way, shape or form, you can make a really, really big impact on your finances this month. It's about getting creative with what you like to do, what you can do, remembering your personal skills, things that you're good at. This talks about your creativity. For some people, creativity is drawing, painting, art, music, dance, drama. It's all of those things. For some people, it's creating a new spreadsheet on how to budget things and how to put them together. If you've got a Virgo or a Capricorn or a Taurus moon, you know, this is going to be a great month for you, because you can really start to work with that energy. If you're not a creative person, maybe this is about you tapping into what you enjoy with your finances. What do you enjoy materialistically? And this kind of, for me, the way that I'm feeling this talks very much about you tapping into what you do with your resources, where they go, and more importantly, why they go on those things. It's about really bringing it back to basics and saying, right, do I need that? No, probably not. Then it can go. And it's kind of following that kind of process. On another level, your money and your materials. What is your materials? Your materials is your home. It's your physical body. Health looks very good. You know, again, I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, but health looks really good for the month of February. For some of you that have been having back problems or back pain, this is about you finding some way to get comfortable, and by being really honest with yourself. Do I do enough exercise? Do I, do I use my body enough for it to be exercised? And you know, there's a difference between doing exercise and being active. You know, sometimes it's about going for walks, or you know, do you go to work and then come home and just sit straight on the TV, just sit straight on the couch and start watching TV? I know I did a few months of that, and it certainly shows. But it's about tapping into your joy, about tapping into your creativity. And the other part of this as well, with the strength card, it very much talks about your ability to tap into the right aspects. It's about having the strength to choose the right thing to do. So the money and materials look really good. Also, because it's Leo and it's to do with the heart, the spine, it's also to do with generosity. Money and finances, or the opportunity to creatively create or generate wealth for you, could come through other people, from somebody else this month. Okay, so then we've got your communications and interactions with people. Three of Cups, awesome. I mean, you couldn't really ask for much more than that when it comes to communication. Three of Cups is reunions, it's people getting together, it's you looking back, very different to the Six of Cups in that it's not about just purely the memory. This is very much to do with the Three of Cups is you actually meeting up with people. It's you actively reaching out to people that you used to know. And this is really interesting as well. I'm going to go into this because it falls right underneath the Two of Wands. I was just looking there on the camera thinking, okay, so this is you tapping into, it's reunions, it's people getting back together, it's and this doesn't necessarily mean relationships. This could be you getting in touch with people that you used to talk to. It could be communications and interactions that are fun, that are exciting, that are vibrant. It's going for drinks with people, it's going for dinner with people, it's meeting up with people that makes you feel good. And very often this is of a reunion type energy. So this is people that you have interacted with before, or still talk to, but haven't had a chance to really connect with of late. It's a great card for that kind of thing, and for your communications it means that they're blessed this month. If you've got things that you want to get off your chest, if there's things that you want to share with people, if there is if there's, if there's things that you want to approach, let's say, that you're not entirely sure how to approach or how to broach, this card is very, it's almost got like a Venusian kind of energy to it, because it smooths things over for you. So your communications look great this month. Reach out to people, absolutely. Okay, and so yeah, just to dip into this, because I was saying to you, move forward, don't be in your past, take that foot out of the past. And one of the taglines for the Two of Wands is very much, is what you have now worth what you could have? I mean, that's the tagline that I've given it, but it works for me because I know what I mean by that. When I see these two cards together, this is very much you letting go of the past, and one of the best ways to let go of your past or things that are holding you back is by really interacting with them and saying, if it's a person, this is what I felt for you, this is, where we were, but we're not there anymore, can we move forward together? If not, and not necessarily together, I mean, can we move forward in a way that's mutually beneficial? If not, can we part ways in a way that is mutually beneficial and have it genuinely be done? Because sometimes it's energetic. It's not necessarily, that anybody is actually interacting or speaking. Sometimes it's the energy bonds that linger. But anyway, more on that at another time. These two cards in conjunction are talking about your ability to commit to your future, to get creative on what it is that you want to generate in the world. These two cards in conjunction say that, yeah, some kind of reunion, some kind of interaction with people that you already know, or things that you have already done or been involved in, can be quite lucrative for you this month. So let's have a look at your heart and your hearth. So this is kind of like your relationships, your family, and even your home as well in some respects. The Seven of Wands. Okay, so interesting, because I kind of feel that, especially with the Seven of Wands there, this is about you defending your viewpoint in some way. It's you standing your ground and saying, no, this is where I'm at, this is what I believe, this is what I choose to, this is how I choose to love. This is how I choose to utilise my emotional energy, whether that's people that you're involved with, whether it's family members. This kind of says to me that this isn't necessarily about you changing who you are. It's about understanding how people receive you emotionally, whether that's family, whether it's partners, whether it's friends, whether it's co-workers. This is very much kind of saying to me that you should stand your ground, don't change who you are, but you need to be more aware of how your actions affect other people on an emotional level. It also tells me that if you, in the month of February, you may well have some words with people, you may well have something to get off your chest. And this is the month for you to do it. Everything else is very supportive here. These two cards in conjunction, any kind of reunion that forces you to defend your ground, do it. But remember, you're not the only one with feelings. These two cards in conjunction, so your money and your relationships, it's like you're defending your need to be creative, or you're learning how to balance your strength with your gentle. Yeah, it's about being the Hulk and being able to pick a flower and hand it to somebody. If you can get that sort of analogy. These two cards in conjunction, this is about defending your actions. It's about choosing to move forward, but don't do it from a stance of being defensive. Like I said, be aware of your feelings and own them 100%, and don't allow anything to infringe or impinge on that. Absolutely, but it's really, really important that you remember it's good to see how other people feel and remember that they do. Okay, and then finally, your advice for the month, or your key for the month. You get the Hanged Man. This is about being gentle. It's about being still. It's about allowing yourself to listen to others and to yourself. The Hanged Man is very much a card. It was ruled by Pisces. And it's very much a card of, it's a card of enlightenment, and as you guys have probably heard 1,000 times if you've watched my videos now, enlightenment comes from acceptance. You accept something, your situation, a person, whatever it is. By that acceptance, you start to understand them because you can pick it apart without having to be emotionally attached to it to the point where you can't think past it. And then through that acceptance, through that understanding, you then gain wisdom, and the wisdom leads you to enlightenment. And that process is literally that. It's a process. It's not one that you can skip one piece of. You have to follow that path. The acceptance leads to the understanding. The understanding gives you the wisdom, and the wisdom then enlightens you. So this is very much be still this month, Aries. Allow things to happen. Allow things to unfold. And don't forget to tap into who you really are. I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. I hope you've enjoyed the new layout. Happy New Year to you, even though this is for February. Have a great month. Thank you so much for all of your donations, all of your subscriptions, all of your support, your comments, everything. You know I love you for it. Thank you so much. Have a great month, and I will see you very soon.